Okay, let's start with 342 to the 10, and we want to find what that number is base 5. So I need to figure out powers of 5, excuse me, starting at 5 to the 0 until I get to a power of 5 that is bigger than the number 342. So let's see if we have enough. 5 to the 0 is 1. Remember, any number raised to the 0 is 1, except that 0 to the 0 is undefined. Okay, 5 times itself one time is 5. 5 times itself two times. 5 squared, that's 5 times 5, that's 25. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. We have to keep going because 125 is still smaller than 342. So let's see, 5 times 5. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this. So we have 5 to the 0 is 1. 5 to the 1, that's just 5. 5 squared is 5 times 5, that's 25. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. And 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 620. So finally, we're bigger than 342, so we're going to stop at 5 to the 4th. This is the left to right rule. We're starting on the far left and we're going right. There are no 625s in 342 because 625 is bigger. So we move to the left, to the right, pardon me. How many 125s fit into 342? Well, let's see. Let's use this piece of paper here. I know that 125 times 1 is 125. 125 times 2 is 250. 250 is still smaller than 342. 125 times 3, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. 125 times 3, 6, 7. So 125 times 3 is 375. 375 is bigger than 342. So we go to the next smaller 375. That's too big. So we are going to use two 125s. So we are in the 125 box and we've got 2. That means we're going to take 342 and subtract off 2 of the 125s. We said that 2 125s was 250. So let's see, 2 minus 0 is 2. 4 minus 5. Ooh, this is great. We get to borrow. So 4 is greater than 5. So we're going to go to the left and subtract 1 from 3 so that we can put that 1 next to the 4. 14 minus 5 is 9. 2 minus 2 is 0. So we've got 92. And we want to see how many 25s are in 92. So now we're looking at 25. 25 times 1 is 25. And let's remember, we're comparing that with the number 92. 25 times 2 is 50. So I'm just thinking of quarters, so that's easy to add. 25 times 3 is 70. We're still smaller than 92. 25 times 4 is 100. We're bigger than 92. So we're going to choose 3 of the 25s. 3. And now we want to subtract 3 of the 25s, or 75, from 92. 75 from 92. Ooh, we get to borrow right away. This is great. So we've got 2 minus 5. 2 is smaller than 5. So we're going to borrow 1 from the 9. That leaves 8. And we're going to put that 1 next to the 2. Now we have 12 minus 5, which is 7. 8 minus 7, which is 1. Okay, great. Now we're working with the number 17, and we want to see how many 5s fit in 17. So we know 5 to the 1 is 5. We're comparing these to 17. 5 to the second, 5 times 2 is 10. We're still smaller than 17. 5 times 3 is 15. We're still smaller than 17. And I can see that 5 times 4 is going to be larger than 17. So we're going to use the 3. We want to use 3 of the 5s. That means we're going to subtract 15 from 17. And we're left with 2. That means we will have 2 of the 1s. So we get that 2, 3, 3, 2 base 5 is equal to 342 base 10. Well, let's go backward and see if it works. So if we're starting with 342 dots, and since the number is somewhat big, we're not going to draw all of those dots. I'm just going to put 342 dots, and we're using the 5 goes to 1 rule. Well, I know that if I divide off by 5, only the 2 will be remaining. So let's see. Got a 2. But how can I think of exploding down by 5? Well, if I subtract off by 50, let's use this piece of paper we had from before. I'm starting with 342 dots. Let's subtract off 50 of them, because that's like collapsing 10 dots. So that would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fourteen minus 5 is 9, and we're left with 242 dots. So let's do that again. Let's subtract off. Oh, this time let's subtract off 100. 100 dots, that's like, that's 20 groups of 5. That's neat. How can I make it even better? 100 dots is 20 groups of 5. Yeah, let's just say we've got 20 groups of 5 from these 100. So we've got 2, 9, 1. Let's subtract off 100 again. That's 20 more groups of 5. We're left with 92. Let's subtract off 50. We said that 50 was 10 groups of 5. 10 groups of 5. All right, and we're left with 42. We can subtract 40 from that, and that's 8 groups of 5, and we're left with 2. Okay, so how many groups of 5 do we have? We count 10, that's 30, plus 20 is 50, plus 10 is 60, plus 8 is 68 groups of 5. 68. Okay, so we started with 342, and we're left with 268. All right, let's do the 68 then. I can see that I've got one group of 50. Well, 50, we said that was 10 groups of 5. And that leaves 18. And I can pull out 15. 15 is 3 groups of 5. It would help if I could write better. And then we're left with a 3. 18 minus 15 is 3. 3 is smaller than 5, so we can't go any further. 10 and 3 are 13. So I've got 13 groups of 5 and 3 that stay. So the 13, we said likely. So now we've got 2 remaining in the ones place, 3 remaining in the 5 to the first powers place. 13. Can we pull any groups of 5 out of that? And of course, yes, we can. So we've got 13. I can subtract 10. 10 is 2 groups of 5. And then we've got a remainder of 3. So I've got 3 remaining. Three remaining, 2 remaining. And how many groups of 5 did we say? Oh, 2 groups of 5. So we get 2, 3, 3, 2 base 5. And that is indeed what we started with, 2, 3, 3, 2 base 5. Yay, so it does work.